second guess. They didn't set limits. Are you a follower or provisionary? Can you handle the load that you were meant to carry? Cause we're on a mission. Listen, it's beyond description. We don't want to fit in if we're living in a contradiction. We need a brand of passion that you can't imagine. Don't hesitate. Rub the lamp, lad.
Welcome to Leaders and Managers Hub, the podcast. I'm Ray. I know lots of project managers, and every single one of them has an opinion on everything. And now's your opportunity to share your opinion with others. At Leaders and Managers Hub, the podcast, we're starting a series which is specifically related to project management. Whether project management is something you do as a business, or whether delivering projects is a change to your business as usual, we want you to get involved. We're going to be talking about all aspects of project management, from startup of the project, building the team, agreeing the roles and responsibilities, creating a high-performing team in a very short period of time, looking at lessons learned from previous and similar type of projects so that we can understand the good practices that were developed during those projects and look out for the pitfalls and risks that were also identified during those projects. We'll be talking about creating and managing the schedule, whether you use schedules for earned value management or whether you use them for planning and reporting of the work. The schedule is very, very important to get right from day one and to manage it effectively through the life cycle of the project. A well-managed schedule gives you a tale of how the project has run. We'll talk about change management, how we identify risks and opportunities, and how we communicate those and follow those through the life cycle of the project. A lot of those mechanisms are contract specific, so we'll be looking at all different types of contractual mechanisms and how change management is managed within each one of those mechanisms. We'll be talking about reporting. If you run a particularly large project with a lot of stakeholders, how key is reporting to you? Do we do it accurately and effectively? Is there other things that we could do better? How can we learn from each other about how to have effective reporting on our projects? Quality management. Absolutely key from day one to understand what the obligations, requirements, and standards for the project are. We'll be talking about procurement, building work packages, engaging subcontractors, specialist suppliers, and other stakeholders. What do we do well? What could we do better? We'll be talking about handover and closeout. The most successful projects have a seamless and relatively quick handover and closeout. Are we considering handover and closeout when we start the project? How are we going to demonstrate that we've met the requirements of the project mandate? All of these things are open for discussion, and we'll talk about them all in the context of the 21st century project manager. We'll also be interested to understand how project management has changed from the end of the 20th century to the start of the 21st century. What sort of challenges are we currently facing during COVID? Are we managing projects remotely now? How are we enabling that with our teams? Are there lessons that we can learn? What are the good practices out there that we can take from and build on? And going forward into the future, with the prospect of significant climate change ahead of us, how is project management going to evolve? How are we going to project manage in the green economy? All of these things and more we will be discussing. And we hope that we will be producing some interesting and engaging and entertaining content. And this is where we want you to get involved. We're interested in hearing from as diverse a group of people as we can. Gender diversity, ethnic diversity, sector diversity, age diversity. We want to hear from you all. We don't just want to hear one perspective. We want to hear them all. We will learn much, much more from having a broader range of reference than we will if we just sit in our own echo chamber. So we want to hear from everybody. Whether you're a project manager or an aspiring project manager, we want to hear from you. In the first instance, if you want to get involved, you can email us at podcast@leadersandmanagershub.com. We'll get in contact with you then. We'll talk you through the process, and hopefully before too long, We'll be creating some fantastic content and we'll be having a lot of fun while we do it. We can't wait to hear from you.